Welcome. Can you hear me? Did you read it? It said child friendly, right? Meaning, you guys are the ones with children and you're the parents in Walton. You're the ones who use babysitters and services like the community center, the hub, the school. Back to who's responsible. So, as you mentioned, the rock. That means you're fully aware of who I am and what you did, right? The rock outside the building where I live, the glue or whatever stuck to it, whatever you put all over it. Number one, you don't come onto my live stream and tell me what to do. Amy, don't cuss or be mean on this stream because my children are watching because you said this was a child-friendly stream. No, you can just leave for now. Why are you here? To do what? Yeah, Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach, Canada. Do you? Apartment 47 and 7555 Gorway Drive, Building 1? You need me to remind you? Why would you need me to remind you of that? Well, did you see the event at the community center? So you want me to sit here and just smile and be polite, not be mean? That's my name. That says community center. The food bank, they're having a lottery and the money's going to the food bank. I should sit here? That's Instagram. That's the community center in Malton. I should sit here and what? Wait for somebody to do what? Well, how long have you been doing things like that? Making money, not making money? Using my name? You don't see the problem here? Yeah, the same potluck. You're invited to the potluck. You're the guest of honor. So let's go over what it says. Did you see that? It says you're holding a lottery. Do you know what a 50-50 lottery is? Half the money goes to the person, half the money goes to the lottery. So who's showing up there and giving you money? Who are you scamming? Yes, you are. Why does that say my name? Who are you going to call? If which one? My business is for victims of abuse. So what's going to happen if these people are the abusers on my live stream? When? Let's go over financial abuse. Why can't I make money? Well, you guys are on a live stream for narcissistic abuse victims. I'm a narcissistic abuse recovery life coach. So if it didn't exist, why are you here watching my live stream? Okay. Do you think being with a narcissist, anything is child friendly with them? If it's the same rules that apply to you, they have no empathy, they have no feelings. What do you think happens with children? They use them for what? Benefits? Like what kind of benefits? Money, attention, power, fame? Are kids watching? If there are little kids watching? And I've been here for almost 2 years. Do you understand that? Oh, good. If there are children, we're going to go ahead Empathy Bear so we can have a proper lesson. If get up here to find a good spot so we can join in. Just fix her. That's a good spot for him. Can you see him? In case you need to ask him a question. God, if he did that, would we get mad? We just sat there and ruined the whole live stream. If he was being bratty. Let's see if the adults get mad. Did the adults get mad? Do you remember Empathy Bear's empathy box? Let me see. Do you remember it? His empathy box? You ever heard a noise? I think it's a window. I don't see bear. How will I see? I can't do 10 things at once. I must make it child friendly. This is going on YouTube permanently. Anybody have any questions? Regarding, what about more than one kid, triangulation? If the parent uses them or tries to pit them against each other. Is that a good one? If the parent tries to use the kids against each other or against you. Then there's when they go to school. How they act there, right? We went over this. What comes first? From home, they go to school. So what is their mood? When they get to school, they're in what kind of mood? And who has to deal with it? And then after school, where do they go? Do they go home or do they go to the community center to a program? And then who has to deal with their mood? Yeah, remember when we went over kindergarten take naps? Because you're supposed to, if you're how old, you're supposed to have naps. There's a reason. I'm trying to keep him in. But I don't want my computer to fall off the table. That would just be counterproductive. Right? Let's do it this way. He needs a stool. Okay, but they better hold on. They're requesting that we get you a chair. If a teddy bear is scaring your children, what did you do all their lives? My children think you have a mental deficiency of some sort and they're asking me to call someone to check up on you. Well, I'd like to know where your kids go to school, if you don't mind. In Malton. I found kind of a chair. I don't know if you realize, but those are the same two windows, right? There's lots of kids out there. That's a lots of months. My business. Actual. You joking? Actual kids. Actual abuse. Actual people watching them for hours. You actually playing with me right now? Really? I'm supposed to be for the parents? And this is a joke. There he is. Is that better? Likes the whole camera. There. Okay, it's your live stream. Go. What shall we do? Should we play a game? Oh, Empathy Bear's here and getting bored. Well, like I showed you, right? Everything is kind of the opposite way. So see, he's on my left. So better. I'm gonna help if you fall off the table either, buddy bear. Empathy Bear communicate. Does Empathy Bear communicate with me? Yes, he does. He tells me all about the bad people outside of my window. He also teaches empathy, I think. What else should he teach? Should he teach the adults? What do you think he should teach the adults? How to live stream properly, how to be polite, how to be nice guests on a live stream. Which one? How to sit quietly and listen. That's a good one. Should we teach them how to sit quietly and listen? Okay, I'm gonna go see if I find something to play with. Empathy Bear, you talk to them. And don't be mean, right? There are kids here. Okay, he's gonna answer your questions until they come back. You know what? You got something better to do? Child friendly. Empathy bear. Remember when I made these? Do I need the headset back? Can I have it back? Are you done? Thanks. Okay, I'm going to talk to the grown-ups to you. Entertain the children. Okay. Do you remember when I made these? I bought them and I decorated them all the monsters. I did have them on my door at one point, but anyways, I also made these butterflies. Remember about the butterflies, and I wrote things on them, all kinds of words. So maybe we should go over some of the words as I find them here. You can always rewatch it, right? We're not worried about time. It's not like we have an hour limit, right? If I start late, usually there's a timer, so when it says an hour, I know what time it is. I know how long I've been going. Those are all the ones that say violence against women. Those are the ones on my door for the grown-ups. Let's start with this one. Okay, let's see. If I put him up here, can he hold them? Is that better if he holds them? Is that better then? I'm gonna have to be patient. Now, Empathy Bear helps us. There. Okay, that one says creative. Can you see it? It says creative. This one says brave. I don't know if you can see them there. Nope. Just gotta hold them up here for you to see them. He said he's a brave bear. He lives here in this building. He thinks he's a brave bear. This one says strong. This one says tolerant. Do the adults know what tolerant means? Did you ever teach your kids that word, tolerant? Did you ever need to? As we go over, right? As I remember things, I'll go over them. Usually the way it works. This one says funny. This one says smart. What? I can't have it back? Why? This one says organized. Are you organized? Do you help your parents organize your house? What kinds of things do you do? Do you put your toys away? Do you help them put away their groceries? Do you help organize their fridge? What about their clothes? Do you help their messy laundry? Do you help them organize it? This one says kind. This one says caring. Are you a caring person? Do you care about other people and their feelings? This one says helpful. Are you a helpful person? Do you help others? The last one is curious. Are you a curious person? Do you like finding out about new things? Okay, any of those words we want to go over? Kind? Is that a good one for today's live stream? Child-friendly, kind? Is that a good word? How do we know if somebody is kind to us? They help us? They say nice things to us? They do things for us? How do we know if someone is kind to us? How do we know if somebody's funny? How do we know if somebody's funny? Because you laugh? They make you laugh? Because they're not like everybody else? What makes them funny? They roll in the grass? Does that make them funny? If they make a face at you, does that make them funny? If they sound funny? I found a good one. For all of Malton, all the adults and all of the children. Brave. Like that one? The word brave? Do you think you're brave? Do you know somebody else who's brave? What makes you brave? Which one when you're scared? But brave is when you deal with it anyway. When you're scared and you can't do anything. What about superheroes? How are superheroes brave? How do they help people? Superheroes. How are they brave? What kinds of powers do they have? Let's think about it. Who's your favorite superhero? What kind of powers do they have? Are firefighters brave? Are police officers brave? Are paramedics brave? They help people, right? They help save people. So they're brave. Let's go back to the word tolerant. Tolerant means sometimes when you stay quiet, right? When other people are being mean or saying things you know are wrong or doing things that you know are wrong, but you stay quiet, that's sometimes what tolerant is. When you put up with it and you don't say anything to them. That's one kind of tolerance. What about racism? When people are being racist and you don't say anything, is that being tolerant? If inclusion means including everybody, that means being tolerant of everybody, right? Everybody's included. What about if people are loud and noisy? If you don't scream at them back, is that being tolerant? If you don't go hit them, is that being tolerant? If they're like your neighbor and they're always loud and always noisy. What about if you live in a house and you have a different family in the basement and they're always loud and noisy? Do you get revenge on them? What about at school? If you're playing with a toy and a kid takes your toy, then you go back to school the next day and the same kid takes your toy again. Is that being tolerant if you don't say anything to the teacher? Okay, let's go over that one. If children are watching, the glue on the rock outside. If all the kids in the building saw that, what do you think they learned from that? The adults who are going to watch this. Another word. How about creative? What does it mean to be creative? When you can think for yourself and make things. If you think about things and make things, that's you're creating it, right? That's you creating it. So it's creative. If it came out of your mind, your head. So what kinds of things can you create? Do you draw? Do you sing? Do you write? Do you make up different games? How are you creative? I have no idea what happened with online learning, right? That was a lot of kids doing a lot of different things. So I can only speak from what I know. How does a community work? All the people believe the same thing. They have the same principles, the same beliefs. Which one? Same standards, same morals. I imagine 6 years, and you brought them on purpose to test me. When? When I keep saying, what's the lowest thing you think they can do to you? You keep pushing them against me, bringing them here to do what? And then when something really happens, do you want to go over it again? They have no empathy. They can't feel. They have nothing. They're all about themselves. You want to talk about which one? If they're babysitting? If they have your kids? If you've never seen them with kids, which one? Why do you think narcissists leave comments like that? You know, normal people wouldn't do that, right? So why do you think they keep degrading and poking and poking and poking and gaslighting me anyway with all these comments about my teeth and my looks? What do they think is going to happen? I'm going to stop, and why would they want me to stop? Because I'm telling people what? Can you imagine? Before, when I lived in Malta in 6 years, when I became a recovery coach, I had insurance that paid for my dental. If I didn't end up homeless, my insurance wouldn't have got canceled. So I wonder what my teeth would have looked like if I was here the whole time in Malta for the same 6 years instead of homeless with my insurance. Well, that's real good. Yeah, they cover dental. What do they cover? Cleaning? ODSP covers dental, moron. If you had a good relationship with your parents. Do you know how old people retire in Canada? How old my parents are if I'm 46 when they retired? Much less. When I started my own insurance, paying for my own insurance, which is how I had it. If I had a good relationship with my parents. Well, I told you I have two older sisters, right? The oldest one is 12 years older than me. I'm 46, 12 years older. So how old do you think my parents are? If you're calculating when they retired. And what? Okay, what about if the grandparents take the kids and spoil the kids and turn them against you? What do you do then? Or they bribe them with money and toys and everything they want, and you can't really do nothing because their kids are always going to take the toys and money and gifts. What do you do then? joke to me? Why would it be a joke to me? Take over an easy one. What happens at Christmas? With presents, with money. The grandparents come over and do what? Outbuy you? Take over? You enjoy one big happy Christmas? Narcissistic abuse, right? We're talking about reality, right? If you stay home or if you go to relatives and join a family, what's better for who? We're in 2025, right? So what's better for everyone? If it's your whole family, your kids, and going to either parent's house because they're a narcissist is going to cause problems and they're only going to turn your kids against you, why would you go? Why wouldn't you stay at your own house and enjoy your family Christmas? The difference is if you know, right? If you know about it, or if you don't know, and you still keep going there and putting up with, and then coming back pissed off and mad. Okay, anybody, what are you having for, if you're having a Thanksgiving dinner? What are you going to have? Did you plan? Some people don't even bother, right? So I'm just asking, like I said, depends who you are. Why is that funny? Take which one? If you go to your relatives, if you have a meal together, which one do you take Thanksgiving? If you go where? Somewhere else? Okay, so what do you have when you go somewhere else? You assume that everybody joins the live stream again and again and again, right? That there aren't different people. So if I go over something again, it's because every day is a new day. These are worldwide victims. Amy, did your parents ever take you to Canada's Wonderland? Well, see, I'm afraid of heights, so me and Canada's Wonderland don't mix very well with all the rides when you're afraid of heights. So I would just be going to buy food, and that costs a lot. Oh, I'd rather go to the X, right? Because they're more food. But yeah, Canada's Wonderland, it's a lot to think about that. Why do you go to Canada's Wonderland? Do you buy cranberry sauce in a can or do you make it? It's easy, right? You buy the frozen cranberries and just boil them down with the sugar, is it? So which one do you do? Well, that's the thing, right? I wouldn't know because you guys keep telling me you did all this already, the whole of COVID, you learned everything already. So if I put a recipe for cranberries from the frozen cranberries, I bought gravy today and posted it, right? And you were complaining about the can of gravy. So how do I'm supposed to make gravy from scratch? And then the stuffings. Did you guys make stuffings from scratch or did you buy the boxes? How many of you actually stuff your turkey still? Because of a couple years ago, the whole raw blood and it might drip into your stuffings. Do you still stuff your turkey and eat it from the inside or no? Why? Because it tastes better. Why do you think it tastes better from in there? The same way? The whole time it's cooking, all those juices from the turkey are seeping into it. That's why it tastes better. That's why I get the whole turkey to myself. So I can get all the stuffings to myself. Did you ever count? I told you I had 3 brothers and sisters. And a mother and a father. That's 6 people. 6 people. Do Do you think I was born in 79? How much do you think a turkey cost? If my mother had 3 kids, 4 kids, whatever year it was, and my father was the only one that worked. Reality. If we didn't care about turkey because it was Christmas, which one? Thanksgiving? No. 2 birds. 1 stone. Okay, so what else do you have? Vegetables? I don't know if you saw the video of what I posted, right? I keep buying bits and pieces. The corn, I buy the frozen corn. What do you buy? The frozen vegetables, mixed vegetables? You buy carrots, onions? What other things do you buy? Sweet potatoes? I have to go back to the grocery store, so, I'm going to get my onions and all of those things, carrots. When I go back, because when I went earlier, you saw what I bought, cans and cans and cans and cans. I only have 1 backpack. I don't want to break the backpack. I got to walk from Freshco. So, I'll just go back. Amy, can we take a break from the Thanksgiving menu conversations and talk about how you budget your monthly ODSP check? Sure. Well, Thanksgiving is coming up, and I get ODSP once a month. So that's the only money I have. So if I have to buy for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Halloween, well, not Christmas, but Halloween, and it's going to be this check. So I'm budgeting it very well, I think. I got most of the groceries and pantry items. I got decorations. What's left? My bills are usually paid, right? So after that, I don't know what's left. I got the Mary Jane, hopefully, for the month, what I can make last, and that's why we have pantry items, the food, right? That's why I bought 4 of the rice, because once I chop it, hopefully it'll last the month. So I think my budgeting is going very well. How about yours? Let's have a financial abuse discussion. Okie dokie. Did you have a specific question? Financial abuse? Well, if you make potatoes, how do you make your potatoes for Thanksgiving? If you make them from a bag of potatoes? Yeah, did you ever? I walk to Freshco, I buy the potatoes and put them in my backpack and bring them here. Why what? Have you ever bought them? How much is 1 potato? And when they have the bag on sale with 10 pounds, how much is it? When they have the red and yellow and white, do you know the difference? Which one to make mashed potatoes with? They spoil. That's the only problem with potatoes. For me, because I'm the same one person and I hate peeling potatoes. I had an electronic, did you? It's somewhere in the basement, right? That's why I don't like mentioning it. But it was the Starfruit one. You just plug it in and put the potato and it just rotates it in 2 seconds, it peels it. But they ate that with everything else. Yes, I'm screaming at you. Why shouldn't? I have to go back and buy one, spend another how much, if you can even find those? 6 years, right? You don't understand? That was right down the street, my mother's house, where all this stuff was. Why? Yeah, how many times? It's the same money, same dollar, right? How many times? Why should I rebuy stuff I already have? That doesn't make sense. What happened? Empathy Bear said he heard something. He wants to go see. Okay. He's checking. $1's a dollar. Yes, it is. My kitchen is surprisingly clean. Really? Why would you say that? What do you need to clean your kitchen? Oh, I want to hear this. Go for it. surprisingly clean. I want to hear how you know me and what I do with my kitchen. Oh, we're going to get to yours. I told you. Every comment, we're going to get to yours. You like the nice baskets? Aren't they a good idea? Do you see the baskets there? The black one or the white one? Do you remember you just hang them on the doors and you can put anything in them? Well, I have the sink scrubbers, so I don't need it for those. I figured, I'll just move them on the other side when I need them. What can you put in them? What can you put in them? A nice clean kitchen, what can I put in them? I can move them to any door or any cupboard door I want. That's what I can put in them. If I hang them on the inside of my cupboard door at the top and put packets of sauces and gravy, do you think the cupboard will still close? Extra storage, right? It's a bachelor, in case I need the extra space. Did I ever get rid of the ants in the cupboard? You're mentioning the table where all my food stuff is, right? So for now, that's a good solution, right? Don't put them back in the cupboard. Just keep them out until I can figure out what to do. They're joking here. If I what complained? Well, any other questions since we were talking about financial abuse? Let me just see if the baskets will work on the cupboard doors. Let's do a test. Yeah. We'll start with the kitchen sink now. We didn't get enough with the pea trap. They want to start with the kitchen sink. Can you see how they come off? Can you see them still? Yeah? They just hang anywhere you want it. Open a couple doors. You realize there are things in my cupboard. If I'm going to use it, I probably wouldn't fill the cupboard. You think? If I still see enough of them. See that? Did you see that? Did it work? I'm not sure. I can't do both. See that trick? I mean, I even got colors to match whatever I wanted from my kitchen. But you see the nice colors in my kitchen? The appliances are what? Gray. The floor is gray. The covers are white. So, like I said, my colors, black, white, and red, right? Everything can match. Isn't that nice that all the stores just agree with me and have things? I thought so. Today in Freshco, I was looking for the brie because I bought this a long time ago. Can you see it? Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, I bought this a long time ago. It's a brie box. Today in Freshco, I was looking at the brie wheels, right, because they were on sale. But you just put it inside. It's got the cover, the lid, and the bottom. So you just put the whole thing in, put the lid on, or leave it off. put your toppings on it, and put it, and then the whole thing, you serve it, right? And then no mess, no fuss. You wash it for the next time. All your fancy gatherings. I also had this, since we're talking about holidays, right? Fancy desserts, baking cakes, and things like that. This one is a brownie bowl maker. So, you see the inside of it? You just put the brownie batter, and it makes brownie bowls. So when you see them on sale at like Walmart or online or anywhere, and they're like on clearance and cheap, look twice at what it is, what it does. Because sometimes you get, you can make waffle bowls in it, brownie bowls, cake bowls, whatever but it's a bowl shape, right? Like a bowl, and you put ice cream or whatever in it. So things, if you're going to buy kitchen appliances, depends how old you are. $10, $15, right? You spend it on what? Depends who you are, right? You know what to do with the appliance. Look at that. There's some reality for us. There's some reality. This is how bad it is. I do have the potato peeler. I did get it. It was one of the things I got. It's stuck to the scale right now. But, I'm sure. Oh, there we go. This is like I'm lying, right? This is a potato peeler. Yeah, from my mother's house, right? When I came to Malton. So you plug the cord in, and then, see it this way. You put the potato in here, and then it just peels it when you push the button here. Or it works with apples and things, all kinds of fruits. So I thought it was worth the money, wherever the button is. But yeah, it does it, in 2 seconds. As opposed to trying to peel a potato by hand with a knife, one by one. So, like I said, do you think I'm joking about what I have, what I got back, and when I actually go looking and take inventory? Yeah, 6 years. All right. Well, I shouldn't tell people what I went through, the value of what I have, the value of what it is. Why some people get it worse than others for trying to steal people's things, right? Maybe that one. Well. Can you tell us about the kettle and tell us the story of the 35-cent noodles again? I love that story. Yeah, it's real easy. Watch this. I think it's hilarious. When when these kettles are $15, the electric kettles in Walmart, and they come in black and red and white, even silver for a few dollars more. And you can make all kinds of things with boiled water, like noodles, coffee, hot chocolate, right? Just by boiling the kettle. We all remember, right? Soup, instant soup, cup of soup, all kinds of noodles, coffee, hot chocolate, all kinds of anything that requires boiling water, right? Good enough? That's the story of the red kettle and 35-cent noodles. Fresh though, you can get them any day, all different kinds. They're still 35, aren't they? Well, I had 2 packs, right? Because I'm a growing girl. So maybe you should consider 2. Or you can add meats. You can always put chicken, leftover chicken and steak, shrimp even. You can get sliced potatoes if you're really a ramen person and want to make your own. All kinds of vegetables and just throw them in that big bowl. You want to see the bowl too? Hold on. The point is if it's big enough for it. Do you think it'll hold everything? 2 packs? All the vegetables, all the food, everything? The ramen? Yes? Yes? Okay. Or else, this is my bowl. Okay, now all the children. Do you eat ramen? Do you take it to school for your lunch? A big bowl of ramen. Do you take it to school for lunch or do you have it after school? Do you know where I got the water to fill that? At the community center every morning when I was homeless? From the fountain. I used to fill it in the morning, right? Boil it because I was sitting at the table charging my phone in the same plug. And then I would make the soup or the coffee, hot chocolate, the ramen, noodles. And I would eat it and leave the community center because at least I bought my own food and I was full. I bought the bowl at the Dollarama, right? How do you think you wash it if they have a bathroom with water? Well, how did you get food when you were homeless? They're laughing at what? How would you make cup of soup with it? If you're homeless and you buy cups that are for hot liquids, you don't buy these. They'll melt. You buy cups that are made for hot coffee. Juice is not hot coffee, right? Do you understand that? Styrofoam cups are made for hot. What does Tim Hortons give you? This is for parties, juice. If you put coffee, what do you think would happen if you put hot water in here? It would what? Like a plastic cup? What do you think would happen? What I'm drinking is the iced tea mix. Remember the iced tea mix that I bought for what it was at $5.99? And all you need is a jug and the water. That's what I'm drinking. Yeah, do you understand that? Pop is going to do what? Sugar is going to do what? Juice is going to do what? It's iced tea. What's closer than iced tea to water? How many bottles do you think I drink if I was thirsty of water? A case only has 12, right? If I have to drag one, Yeah, go over it in a day. How many bottles of water do you think I can drink if I go outside and I'm thirsty? Reality. Sure, go by my body size and weight. We went over, right? Do you see that same backpack I carry? That's how I took all those kettles around. That's how I had all those hot chocolate and coffee with me when I was homeless. I had it in a backpack. So that every morning or every night, whenever I needed food, I could just go plug it in somewhere, right? Fill it with water from the fountain at the community center and have my noodles and soup. So, what did you guys do? At least I didn't have to beg anybody for money, right? To go buy food anywhere. I was full, like you said, fat and full with my 2 packs of noodles, 70 cents. Well, think about this. The Freshco, same one, right? Same one in Malton. That's where there's 35 cents. A loaf of bread is 1.99. So how about cup of soup from Dollarama or Freshco? That's how many packages in there and a loaf of bread. Well, that's homeless, right? With no money. Why are you laughing? Calculate what? Oh, calculate what I smell. That's real good. Empathy Bear's watching right now what I smell through the window. They're telling me what I smell. I'm still in 47. Do I want to what? Oh, please, for all of Canada and Malton, please. Let's hear you. Do I want to what? Yeah, I want to tell you what unit I live in. Apartment 47. What apartment do you live in? Amy Seukeran, Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Life Coach. Nonprofit organization CEO. Speaking of community center and events, right? And fraud and lies and scams in Malton using my name. Maybe they'll see Empathy Bear and they'll realize, right? All those fan accounts, they're actual children. This is my business. I couldn't give my business my name. I already explained. I don't care what you're doing and why. You're what? My child is here with me. Please be respectful. Again, you're on my live stream. Why are you on my live stream telling me to be respectful about what? What should I be respectful about? You said it was child friendly, Amy. Well, maybe you should watch it tomorrow on YouTube or later on, and you can watch all the child friendly parts. You can learn some new words. You can play with Empathy Bear even. I'll be doing another Zoom today. We'll see. What time is it now? Yeah. Bright and early, except I gotta go back to the grocery store, get actual food for today and make it and eat, right? Today, since I haven't done that yet for the day. When there are people stalking you, stalking your social media, and showing up wherever you are trying to destroy things, why do you think I would tell you what I'm going to do? Do you understand what you've done by the time I've been living in Malton? I can't even post that I'm going to do something because you rush there and do what? How long have I been trying to rent the community center? You saw that today and that's okay with you? What if that was your kid and it was a babysitting service? You paid them good money and you didn't even realize. You just went looking for your kid and couldn't find anything. You know, the potluck was in your honor, right? We're throwing it for you. Yeah, like last night at that corner unit there when you were partying for who? Well, I still have to go sit on the rock, right? When I have to smoke. What should I do? Was Brittany at the party last night? I don't know. I can only imagine, right? I couldn't see properly if that was her running across when I was sitting on the rock. So, 2 buildings, you involve everybody, and that's what happens. Well, I know this is my apartment, 47. That's all I know. What else should I know? When I moved in, January 31st, 2024. The name on my lease, Amy Seukeran. It even says apartment 47 on it if you read it. Do you remember all the times I posted it? Remember? All the times I posted it online? I mean, it's not like it wasn't written on it, right? He won't rent the community center to you because 2 steps from homeless. Oh, even better. I think when you end the live stream here, my battery's going low. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your night, Malton. Look for more videos. See you soon.